Hey guys, today it will be a bit unusual topic for me because I will not be talking about immigration topics but about Easter. Given this is being shot right before Easter, so I wanted to give you a bit of an insight on the traditions and a bit of my own experience and an opinion maybe about that. So I will tell you what this is and how we use it, what this is, and also like why we bake this, or not why we bake but what it is and where you can get it, and like everything, all the different traditions, including the weirdest ones where you can beat women, and also where women can like pour very cold water to you. So let's start maybe with this thing, like Easter is a Christian holiday, right? And the Czech Republic is the most atheist country in the world, I believe. So I have no idea why you still celebrate Christmas and Easter and all that. Because if you go to the streets and you ask Czechs, especially young ones, I believe like 90% of them will have no idea what Easter means, what happened, why we celebrate it. They will have no idea what it is about, other than like, yeah, it's 2 days of public holiday and we will get drunk. I will get to it later, but honestly I have no idea why we still kind of celebrate this, because it's like no one believes anything to that. Maybe your old like grandma, they still believe in God and they might still have some kind of like connection to that. It's also a bit different in Prague and in, let's say, Moravia or Silesia, because in smaller villages and like in the countryside, people celebrate more like these traditional holidays, and they are closer to the nature and closer to the tradition. So it's a bit different, and if you want to enjoy the Easter in the like nicest way the Czech Republic has to offer, then you should definitely go outside of Prague and like to one of the small cities or small villages, even like further away from Prague, maybe in Moravia, Silesia, and you will get much better idea than from what will be happening in Prague. But let's jump into the traditions. So obviously the most known and most common thing we do is that men, like the tradition was that you should make this yourself, but most men cannot do that anymore. So you just buy this kind of thing, which is called pomlázka, and it's basically just 6 or 8 or more of like fresh branches of one of the trees, which willow, probably the willow, yeah, from Harry Potter, like the tree which was beaten the car and everything around. So like young branches of that, and you like put them together and you create this kind of thing, and then you go and you use it against women. How it works is basically, or how I remember Easter Monday. This all happens on Monday. Of course, we celebrate like from Friday till Monday. Every day has a different meaning, but I will not go into that. But what happens on Monday, which is the main day, is that you as a man or a boy, like just the male sex, let's say, you wake up in the morning, you dress up, and in Prague usually don't put any special dress on you, but in villages you put on the traditional dress and you go into the city. And the point is to try to visit as many women as possible, like in your neighborhood. So obviously if you live in a village, for what I did when I was a child, I went basically door to door, and everywhere I knew that they had women there, I would ring the doorbell and do the tradition thing I will explain now. But so basically you go, maybe in cities you go to your family or your friends, the people you know where they live or that they have women in the household. You probably don't go like door to door in Prague, but in villages you can go like everywhere. And the thing is that you have this thing with you, this pomlázka, and you go find a woman, and then you beat her like to her butt, and it says that you do it, or the tradition says that you do it to keep them young and fresh, because it's young and fresh branches of the tree, and it should help like it should provide health to the woman. And as a reward for this beautiful act of uh, selflessness or whatever, they should give you some reward. So in most cases, it's this thing which is colored eggs, and they differ. Of course, it depends on the family, but usually they are just colored eggs, and they have different like ornaments there, or they can be just colored. This is usually what women prepare the day before. So you hard boil an egg, and then you, depending on how much time you want to spend on it, you just color it either like simply, or like you can find really beautiful, beautiful colored eggs where the women spend like hours doing it. And also, if you're in some small village and you're also like they appreciate keeping them young, they can also give you this kind of colored, I don't know how to call it, just like this thing. Because then also the kind of tradition was that the person who had the most of these on the pomlázka, on the branches, then that was like the macho man in there, like the one who helped the most women to stay young. So yeah, you either like should get these or both of them. But what happens now, what used to happen when I was a kid as well, and what still happens now, and now probably more even, that along with those you also get a shot. So you can imagine that if you like visit 20 different households and you have a shot everywhere, what it looks like in villages, let's say after 2-3 hours of like celebrating this Easter tradition. That, yeah, basically, if you like to give you my perspective. So I woke up, I took this this basket, and I went to the village. I had the pomlázka, I had the basket, and usually also like have some saying ready. So it's like you don't just beat her and stare her in the eyes and like, but you should say some like poem, let's say, kind of. Like hody hody doprovody, dejte vejce malovaný, nedáte-li malovaný, dejte aspoň bílý, slepička vám snese jiný. So something, don't give me a colored egg, give me at least like white egg, your hand will give you another one, or something like that. It's just kind of like a poem to kind of make her suffer a bit more. Yeah, and then you went to the first one, you do this, she gives you the egg. Sometimes they used to give me money, sometimes they like would give some chocolate or something. And then you go to the next one, you ring the doorbell, she goes out, you start doing this, and then once you're done, you get another like chocolate egg, normal egg, or like the shot, and you continue like that. So yes, as I mentioned, after 2 hours of doing this, you either have like a full basket of eggs, and like you can make egg salads, and like you can have 7 eggs every day for like the next 20 months probably. But yeah, that's part of the tradition. Another thing is that after midday, after 12 o'clock afternoon, the roles change, and if you're still out there with pomlázka and trying to like beat women, they can actually return the favor to you and keep you young by pouring like a bucket of cold water to you. So sometimes in the village where I'm from, they would also use like a different, like those like Dio sprays, you know, which you put into your here, whatever, armpits. So they would use it at you, so they would throw water on you, and then they would like spray you with this. So no one wanted to stick around for that. So usually everyone was finished with this thing, keeping women young before 12 o'clock, before the roles changed. So that's the main thing. So beating women to keep them fresh and young, collecting these as a scalps and rewards, collecting these or chocolate eggs, and then usually eat eggs the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month. And also this is a traditional thing which is called mazanec. It's like a sweet kind of baked thing. We do exactly the same thing from the same dough for Christmas. On Christmas we call it Vánočka. During Easter we call it mazanec. It's just like a sweet pastry with some almonds on top. Sometimes you also get like this baked sheep, male sheep. It's not like sheep, it's male sheep. I don't know how you call a male sheep. If you know, guys, let me know in comments. I have no idea how you call a male sheep. But you have a baked that as well, and then you cut it, eat it, and that's it. So I believe these are the main traditions and so like main things I wanted to mention. Guys, let me know what you think about those, if you've experienced that, if you think it's weird or adorable or whatever. And see you again on Monday with again some immigration related topics. So thank you very much, guys, and see you and survive this Easter madness. Bye bye. Okay, 11 minutes of pure fun. Thank you very much, guys, for being with me. Please comment and enjoy Easter, and see you on Monday.